Hey, welcome to the Big Money Management YouTube channel. My name's Jonathan Burgess, and today we're going to be talking about Social Security and retirement. If you pay taxes, you're going to want to pay close attention to this video. You may not know about Social Security and retirement, and I'm going to break it down all for you right now. So to understand Social Security and retirement, first thing we have to understand is Social Security. When was it created? It was created in 1935 by FDR, and it was a government program to help people who live too long. So right here, I've got a life expectancy table, and it shows when Social Security benefits started to pay out, which is age at retirement here, what's full retirement age, how long was the average male life expectancy. In 1935, the average male lived to 59.9 years, so almost 6 years old, meaning that the time when he took Social Security, he wouldn't have made it. The average male wouldn't have made it. The average female lived to 63.9 years, meaning that they wouldn't have made it to 65, and the population was $127 million. So at its inception, Social Security was created as a form and way to help older people who outlived the average life expectancy supplement their income. And as we started going on, people started living longer, meaning now, once you get to about 2015, people are living on into, 9 years into Social Security for a male, and the average female is living to 14 years past Social Security age. So, and we've also got a population increase down there of 323 million from 127 million back in 1935. So things have changed, and everybody knows that Social Security is broken, right? We know in some way, shape, or form that it may not be there at all whenever somebody my age gets there, or you may be in your 40s or 50s. If you're in your 40s, you definitely want to be paying close attention to this, because Social Security may not very well be around. And once I go through this video, you'll understand why. So at its inception, it was created as a form for older people who were living over the average life expectancy to have supplemental income. Well, today, if we were to take that same table and say, okay, the average male was living, they weren't making it by 5.1 years, meaning that they had to live another 5.1 years if we go back to this table to make it. So they were 59.9, and the retirement age was 65, meaning that they would have to live 5.1 years. The average female was 63.9. They would have had to live 1.1 years to get to 65. So if we go based off of life expectancy today, where should Social Security actually start? It should start, the mean between the two is 82 years old. Can you imagine if somebody went on the political trail and they were going to run for president today, and they said, hey guys, you know what? Social Security's broken. We should run this thing out, and people should have to be 82 years old whenever they start taking it. They would get blown up. They would get obliterated on the campaign trail. And yet this is where 25% of our annual expenses come from, because people don't understand that this from inception was created to be that and not a source of retirement income. And it's there, it's in existence, and it's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. But the reason that I'm telling you might be wondering, well, Jonathan, why are you already telling me this? You might be watching this, you're already drawing Social Security. I don't need Social Security to go away. And it's not for you. But what's going to happen is, as we get older and older, it's a broken system. It's got to change in some way. It won't change for the people who are already drawing from it. But like I said, for people who are in their 40s, they're definitely going to want to be planning for something different here. So if we were to go back and fix it, we would have to start this thing at 82 years old for it to make sense. So now let's go in and say, okay, well, what did this look like from a cost perspective for people back in 1937? So whenever we look at it, 1937, there were 53,000 people drawing Social Security, and a total benefit being paid out of $1.270,000. $1.27 million was being paid out. The benefit payment per beneficiary was $24 per year, adjusted for inflation. That is $430 per year. So again, it was just something to kind of supplement for the people at inception. And then as you go on, it went up and up and up. And then today you look down at the closest calculation we got here was $16,258 is the average amount that's going per beneficiary. There's 63 million people as opposed to 53,000 from inception, and we're paying out an average of $16,258, making the total annual amount paid out for Social Security benefits $1 trillion. So this is being used for almost 80% of people are drawing this as their primary source of retirement income today. So what can we do about it? What should we be doing about this today if we're of the age to be taking action? So another thing that Social Security does, whenever you're 62, you can go ahead and turn it on today. You'll get 70% of your benefit. 65, you get 86.7% of your benefit. And at 67, you're considered full retirement age. You'll get 100% of your benefit. So what can we do about it today? So we're spending $1 trillion annually on Social Security. At some point, it's got to go. Inflation's continuing to go up. Government spending's continuing to go up. At some point, it's got to stop, right? Taxes have got to increase. Something's got to happen. So what can you do about it today? What you can do about it is you can look at our sources of retirement income. We can say, okay, we know that we've got to start throwing money into that 401k or IRA. These have been around for a long time, but in a lot of ways, people are using these to supplement Social Security. Well, if Social Security is not going to be there in the future, then we know that this may be one of our only sources for retirement income. So we've got to get those contributions up there. In the past, family has been a big source of retirement income for a lot of people. Generally, you would have the grandparents would stay in the house and take care of the grandkids while the parents went to work. That's not common anymore. So this one's gone. The government may cut its spending and we may not have that one. So really it comes down to these three. Okay. We've got to have our 401k and IRA bolstered up. We got to have our investments and savings, after-tax cash bolstered up, or we'll have to continue working on into that age. So the reason that I show you this is that if you go to usdebtclock.org, you can literally see the amount that's going out. And the U.S. government right now is in $156 trillion. That's where we're going in liabilities. Total unfunded liabilities of the U.S. government is $156 trillion. At some point it becomes funny money, and it's almost, it's crazy that is what is going on. However, you've got to do something about it today. We can't just sit here, continue to watch the clock go up, not save anything, live paycheck to paycheck. Make sure that you're getting your finances down to a T today, because this number is just from the time that you watch this right now, it's 156 trillion. Go look at it right now. It's probably higher than that. So again, Big Money Management, all things money, wanted you to be able to understand Social Security, where it came out, what were the roots, and what can we do today to be able to make the most out of our finances and out of our money. Make sure to smash the subscribe button and come back for our next video.